Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hi, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. We are Wednesday, November 18. It will be a short show because there are not a lot of stuff today, but don't hesitate to post your question. If we have a lot of questions, I will probably, but the show will be longer, but if we don't have question, we will do like a 17-minute show, 15 to 17, and like we did before, we just did the show one time a week. So we have a market. It's up 140 on the Dow Jones. Apple is one of the big stock on the Dow Jones today. He have been upgraded to a conviction buy list by Goldman Sachs, and I think Morgan Stanley also has a bullish rating on it. So this is one of the stock who explain the movement on the Dow Jones. If we check at the S&P 500, because if we go back to the 3:30 show on Guru.tv yesterday, we opened a new bearish position. We recommend to open new bearish position. We said that it's better to play the ETF. We also said that if the market go back to a stop and make new high, we'll probably have to close the position. For the moment, we have a double top higher than the high of yesterday, so the situation is critical. At 2, we have the minute from the last FOMC announcement, and if on the minute we make new high, I think when we make new high and we start a cycle, it will be time to close all of your bearish ETF, because if we make new high, probably that the market will have a strong chance of going back to a stop around 2012, 211, 2012 approximately. So it's the same for Nasdaq. Nasdaq, we have a new high, the Dow also, the S&P also, but we really want to wait until the minute the minute are released, because I think in the minute we can have some information about the increase rate in December. We know since the last meeting we had a lot of speculation, a lot more since the last employment report by 3 weeks ago, and at the beginning of the week we also had the inflation was 0.2% higher on this month. It was the first month also where the inflation was positive since 3 months. So all of these data try to push for an increase of the rate in December. So we will have to carefully watch the minute if the market make new high. We close a position if it start to loss all of the points again today. We'll be able to keep the bearish ETF. Same for the TSX. If we make new high, we will close HXD that we had in our portfolio. If we go look at the resource, so all is slightly negative USO, but we go under $40 today for the first time since 2 months, so since more than 2 months, since August, where we made a low of around 37. The gas is completely neutral. The oil of what's happened is in this inventory, the supply go up, so the oil go down. Energy sector is also negative. The gold, we continue to be lower, but not lower than yesterday. We also explained yesterday it was a low of, I think, the last 10 years, or more than 5 when we look at it. But when we check the downtrend, we see that we're really not far from touching the low of the trend. Every time we touch this low on the real gold, we make a rebound. We also post a chronic with the real future of the gold to explain this low on Facebook. So you can go on your Facebook and like Decision Plus or add Analysis Decision Plus as a friend, and you will see these chronicle on your wall also. But so the low on the gold is 11.59. Yesterday we touched no, not 10.59. 10.59. Yesterday we touched 10.64, and now we're at 10.67. So yesterday we said that it's not the time to open bearish position on the gold, so ETF or also just shorting gold stock, because GLD is so tight with his low and in his downward channels. So we think we can have a rebound in the next few days, and we will not be able to take a profit before the rebound. The silver continuous downtrend also, and this is it. The US dollar, it's completely flat today. The euro also, Canadian dollar is a lot weaker because of the oil. So we're going back to the low. We are around 74 cents right now. No movement on the pound. This is the TLT. So this is the ETF who follow the rates. When TLT go higher, the rate go down. So for the moment, we start with the rates higher in the States, the bonds rate, but now they are negative, the rates. So we'll have to check. This can move a lot, but look at, more we go short term, more the rate are higher. This is because if they increase the rate, so if the odds of increasing the rates at mid-December increase, it's the short-term rate will be the most volatile, will move first. It's the reason why the short-term rates are negative right now, but the long-term, 20-year and more, are the rates are positive on the short-term and negative and lower on the longer term. If we look at our sector, so staple consumption is an up cycle, but we are at the top. It's not an interesting sector. We had 2 earnings today, Metro Loblast. I will show you the result in a couple of minutes. We also have healthcare. I think it's Valiant today. We will go just see it together. And industrial, it's because of the railway, CNR, CP. We know CP yesterday present an offer to Norfolk Southern. I will give you the detail also just in a second. I will finish the sector. Discretionary consumption, I don't know what's explained this movement, but I don't think it's a nice entry point. Third day that it's going up. Not a big fan on the market on the upside. I think it's a lot easier right now on the downside, but the market just don't want to go to the downside today. But I'm not sure about on the upside of the market. So we just have gold and down cycle. And in the neutral sector, BlackBerry is up today. It was half interesting this morning in day trading. I have better stock that I will show you also during the show. Energy, it's a tough one. Energy, it could be in a down cycle to the double bottom on this sector, but we don't have a lot of breakdowns. See, it did exactly what we think when we touched this last week. We said it's possible to rebound. When we look at it, we rebound a little bit less than what could have been expected, but now we're down. And if we go back to the bottom and we could make a neutral formation of a couple of days and break this neutral formation, we could easily back to 161, and this will be a nice portion to short the energy sector. But for the moment, I think it's too soon to open short position. Utility completely neutral. Mining also. Material try a tentative rebound, but with the gold is negative, it's not nice. And the mining was nice this morning, but we deflate all the quotes, stay neutral. So for the moment, not interesting at all. If we look at the, we didn't have news on the Asia market and Europe market. So Nikkei completely flat, just slightly negative on the Hang Seng. Were plus 0.3, so no movement in London, Germany, and France. It was lower during the night when they had the red in France, in Paris, about the two terrorists. So I think the market was slightly afraid yesterday in Europe with the two football game that was cancelled in Germany and Belgium after there was the red in Paris during the night. But right now we see it didn't afraid the market a lot, but it shows some nervosity this morning during the night when we look at the quote that we had. So we look at the SPY. If we go back to the news right now, Solos, it was his earning. He stayed completely in his neutral formation. It was also the earning of Staple. So go back to the low, but I think that Staple has an offer from Office Depot. I'm just not sure if it's Office Depot, buy Staple, or the inverse, but the two stocks are less interesting right now. But we go to the pause and the ad, and I will finish the news and answer all of your questions.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Okay, so we also had the earning of Target, bad earning, but the earnings are not that bad, 86 cents in line with estimate, the revenue up 2%, but I think that I think the analysts just didn't like what's happened with Target and with the comments on Walmart. I know that Walmart was in a big rebound yesterday, but the earning of Walmart was much better yesterday. So when they compare both company is the reason why Target is down 6% today. Metro has a okay earning, 52 cents versus 51 cents. Revenue up 4%. Stock is up since 3 days. So Metro is a stock that we hold for long term. We didn't trade a stock like that and with technical analysis and on a short term move. So when we go back, when we are at a low on Metro, but it's where we can buy the stocks. It's like the bank and all the big stock who are not that volatile. We also had the Loblaws earnings. So when we show the entry points on Loblaws, one in this double bottom last week, it was 99 cents versus 98. We had the news on Depomed. They buy the rights for Canadian and American painkiller from Grunenthal. Stock didn't move. We have an acquisition. Fairchild Semiconductor is acquired by ON Semiconductor. And we have Conagra, who will split the company in two. TechResource, they just cut the spending by 650 US million, and they will lost 1,000 employee. So now the big news, CP. So they offer to merge with Norfolk Southern. It's a 28 billion offer, or 50% cash, 50% share of the new entity. So Norfolk will have 42% of the new entity, CP 58. So when we look at the offer, when we add the stock portion and the cash portion, is given offer of just a little bit less than $95. But what's happened with an acquisition like that, or an offer like that, it's they didn't add an acquisition or a merger in the railway sector since beginning of 2000, when CNR tried to buy Burlington Santa Fe, who has been acquired by Berkshire Hathaway, because they didn't want the big railway to merge, because they said that it will be less competitive and stuff like that. So they will have a lot of hurdle for CP to convince the Canadian and US authority, and also to convince Norfolk that it's good for both company. But when we check on the fundamentals, since Hunter Harrison, the new CEO of CP, the older one of CNR, is at CP, the ride on CP was just incredibly good. And what's happened? So I think that he could do a great job with both company. I think it could be a really nice acquisition for shareholder of CP, but for the moment we have a lot of stuff that we will have to pass until this will be complete. I will check the day trade stock with you. I think it's the best way to play the market right now. I have 6 nice stocks right there, and after I will answer the question. So first of all, Arna, we had a couple of nice entry points in the afternoon. 11:25, 10:12, 10:20 at lunch. It's a 12:25, and now next entry point will be around 192. You can close it at 198. It's a 2% potential losses. You can close also at 189. So I think nice stock today. After that, we have Titan International. This is in the steel. We had a movement in the steel this morning, but a lot of steel stock just made a quote at 9:30, and since then completely flat. This one has a nice chart. 505 next entry point, 498 next exit point. I have also AVXL. Nice ride this morning. If we had a new entry point, a new movement on the upside, 537 will be the entry points, $5 will be the exit point. So this one little bit less interesting. I will put a 2-minute chart. So if we go with a 2-minute, I think we can buy it around a little bit. Yeah, we can 525, 530, and you can close it around 5.6. So it's still at 20 cents. 20 cents at 4%. But honestly, I think if it's make the move on the upside, we can go back to 575. NHC on the TS6 and the healthcare. So this is probably one of the stock who explained the move in the healthcare. We had 1 entry point there, another there, another there. I think this one was the best one over the top of 1035. And now we don't have new entry point, but I think if we had a correction on the stock, go back to the trend line, could be interesting with an entry point like that. And if we buy it like there, let's say you know you can just close under the trend line, so the potential losses is not a lot. We have Weight Watchers again with breaking out. It's a breakout and swing trading, and it's a nice move in day trading. So the next movement will be around 26.36, under 26, so 25.90 will be the exit point. And Mankind less interesting, completely neutral, but if you move back to 243, it will be a nice stock. So now the question, I have a lot of questions. The first one is Dust. Time to buy Dust, but what I explained, I think that the gold price is at the low. I think we had a lot of chance to have a bottom. When I don't want to analyze Dust, I want to analyze GDX. And when we look at GDX, we didn't break. this. So I don't think it's a good time to buy DOS. What about NMX? Well, NMX isn't trading all today. We don't have news for the moment. You bought 7,000 at 40 cents. I think you should check often on TMX Group to have an update about the trading halt, when it will be de-halt. If the stock open around 48 and the news, you're not sure about the news that will be released, just take a profit at 48. It will be 20% gain. You will have made your cash. If the stock, you can sold 3,000 after position, and if the stock go to 60, 65, but you will still have some, because sometimes when we have a trading halt, the stock open 20% up and after boom go down. So I just didn't want this to happen to you. But look at the strong volume we had since a week, since the beginning. So it could be a good news and the stock continue to move. But I have no more idea than you. Check on TMX Group to have more detail. What is your speculation on the minute of the FOMC? Honestly, say when they released the FOMC announcement, and after that I told you I'm probably 95-98% sure that the Fed will not raise the rate. I think if the Fed raised the rate in December, it's just to didn't lose their credibility, because they said it will be data dependent. We just have one good data. It was the employment report. I think the employment report of November will be critical, but I think they will set in the minute that they continue to be focused on the data, that they think that they can have downside risk, and they will not speak about what's happened in France Friday, because the minutes is from the meeting 3 weeks ago. So I just think that they will continue to be data dependent, and they will try to sort of said that they will increase the rates. I think now the odds are a lot much stronger, just because the Fed didn't want to lose the credibility that they tried to keep, and they said at the beginning of 2015 that they will increase the rates for sure. Midsummer they said we will increase it 3 times until the end of the year, and now we're not sure they will increase it 1 time. So for the moment, the Fed has not a lot of credibility on the market, and they want to try to have its credibility back. It is a good entry for Canadian Solar. Now, if you buy Canadian Solar right now, the solar stock is not nice. It is a good entry point, no, but it's an entry point. If you told me you will close the position at 1990, just if you go lower than this support, you will close the position and you can try a move until 23.89. It will be a 15% gain. But if I look at the solar, this is not a good point. We are on a low, but we didn't rebound for the moment. But Canadian Solar is a nice one because we have a clear support if you want to play the move. But with the oil under 40, most of the time when the oil goes down, the solar go down, because people are less ready to invest in renewable energy when the oil is going down. MG, it is a time to buy Magna. It's the 3rd day that it's going up. Oh no, this is not a good one. Sorry, MG. But if you're a long-term trader and you think this is a bottom, it could be a nice entry point. If you just want to try a move, but if you bought it at 59 and you close it again at 57, it's not that bad. It's not a classic entry point. It's not a swing trading breakout, but it could be a nice move on the upside. But I still think that the market will go on the downside. So timing is probably not ideal. There was bad earning, but now we had a low. If you respect your exit points, it could always be a good entry point. PLI, I buy it around 285 from its pullback at $3. Okay, 285. So you're at the price you paid. At 275, you close the position, 10%, 10 cent losses, and you hope that the stock will continue to go high, and you're okay. If you don't sell at 275 and the stock go at 250, I cannot do anything about it. Should I buy HOU today for a rebound or wait? But this is This is a big question. I think we still could go back to the low of August, around 37 if I remember correctly. So I think we still have some downside. And HOU, USO, UCO, it's not the best way to check for the old because you don't have the real low there. It shows that it's a double bottom, but on the old it's not a real double bottom. We did go lower than that on in August, so I'm not sure about it. CXR got 100 at 38. CXR at 38. Bon. Okay, so you bought it in the neutral formation. You're now at 47. It's a 25% gain. I will take a profit on it. Absolutely, it's a breakout. I don't care about it's a breakout or not. I would prefer to take 25% of my gain. It's depend also if you're long term or short term. But if you ask me a question, I will go with short term or technically. So technically, you buy it on the neutral formation at the low. It's a 25% run. You should take a profit, and after hope it go back to 70 and other stuff like that. But for the moment, I think it's time to take a profit. Volume is really not strong on the breakout. I'm upset to stop doing daily show, 12:30 show. Your show was great, but you can see it's a free show. Huh? We are a business, so we have Guru.tv. We have English show on marketguru.tv. It will me or Michelle. We give more information. You can go and make the tryout of 10 day. You can also take a course with us. You will have our product for a couple of months. So you have a lot of possibility to have access to some show and without paying. You can go with Bank National, make some trade. If you make a couple of trade by month, you can have some of our servers for free. So you have a lot of other way to have our product, but the show will stay one time a week. It is a good time to short Suncor. Okay, I don't know why Suncor is down like that. It's down 545. I think it could be a nice breakdown. If we look at the we are not far from being oversold, but it's a breakdown. It's a 5.45%. This is the amount you can lose also, because I will see close the position if it's go back to 29. You can go back to we can go back to 25.50. It's just a little bit less than $2, so it's approximately a 6%, a 6.5% for a 5.5% of loss. So I will tell you the risk reward is not good on a stock like that, but it's a short possibility today on Suncor. This is Suncor New York. I will check Suncor in Canada. I was preferring Suncor in I think Suncor in US is better, has a better graph chart than Suncor in Canada, but I think that both of the graphs will do the same thing. So if Suncor break all of its support, I think we had a lot of chance that the movement will continue. So I will again say it's a short possibility, but I don't like the risk reward on the stock. So this is it for today. Have a nice afternoon. So what is important? We are in a critical point right now. Okay. So we see if we make a new high after the minute, I think it will be time to close all of your bearish ETF. It's what we will recommend on Guru.tv. But when we look at the 30-minute, 250 period, we are still, well, we break the downtrend right now. We are at the triple top. It's really a critical formation. If we break, it will be time to close the bearish ETF, and we could probably open also some bullish ETF. But for the moment, we have to wait. We still think that the market has more chance to go back on the downside than on the upside. But for the moment, we are really in a critical situation for the market to go back down. So have a nice day, everyone. See you next Wednesday for a new English show.